Hi, this video is still about the slope, but this video will focus in finding the slope of a line given its graph. Okay? So again, slopes are commonly associated with mountains, but the slope we are studying is associated with the graph of a line since we are studying mathematics. So again, the definitions of slope are the tilt or inclination of a line, or sometimes the stiffness of a line, and the ratio of vertical change to horizontal change, and again the change in y over the change in x. Okay, so again we have here the different kinds or types of tilts or inclination of a line. So this one is for positive, then we have here negative, we have here 0, and we have here undefined. Okay, so just like on the previous video, we have here the different signs or different characteristics of the slope of a line. Okay, so by this time we are going to focus on the other definition, which is the vertical change over the horizontal change, which is also known as rise over run. Okay, rise, so upward. Run, you're going to run. It's either to the left or to the right. Okay? So how many points do you need to draw a line? Is it 1? Is it 2? Or is it 3? Yes, so even you have 2 lines, or 2 points rather, you can draw a line. Okay? But if you only have 1 point, so you cannot draw a line. Okay? So let us have here the points 3, 2, and -1, -1. So let us graph this. Okay? So we are going to plot first 3, 2. So just like what we have done on our previous topic about plotting points in Cartesian plane, so we have to plot 3, 2, wherein you are going to start here in value of x. You are going to find, since we have here positive and we have here also positive, so you are going to plot this in the first quadrant. Okay? So we have here 3, and then we have here our x is 2. So the point of intersection is this one. So that's why you have here our point 3, 2. Okay. Next, we have -1, -1. In what quadrant are you going to plot this? Yes, so in the third quadrant, you're correct. So you are going to find, so on this part, so we have here x is -1 and our y is -1. Their point of intersection is this one. So we have here. So you are going to draw a line through the point so that we can find for the slope later. Okay? So by applying again the vertical over horizontal, or the rise over run, so we are going to find the slope of that. Okay? So again, we have here the point 3, 2. And we have here the point -1, -1. So let us observe first the vertical. So it means standing. Standing like this. So you are going to count the number of rise. How many units does this point rise? Okay. So we have here this one. Okay. So if we are going to count the number of units, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you are going to count the number of the horizontal change up to this 1. So we have here the horizontal change. So from this point, so we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's why our run here is 4. Therefore, your slope here will be 3 over 4. Again, by applying vertical over horizontal or rise over run, the slope of the previous slide is 3 over 4. Okay. How about this one? You're going to find for the slope. Okay. So again, you're going to count the number of rise. So we have here 1. Then run, we have here 2. So that's why our slope here is 1 over 2. So it is positive because it rises from left to right. Okay. Next, how about this one? Okay, so it seems it rises to the left. Okay, so decreasing from left to right. So that's why you have to take note that on the previous video that you have watched, if it the line or the slope looks like this, your slope will be negative. Okay? So, we have here to use just 2 points. So, you may use this one and this one only. Okay? So, we have here to count the number of rise. So, we have 1, So, I have here 1, 2, 3 over our run is 1. So, we have here 3 over 1. So, we have here negative 3 divided by 1 is negative 3. If you are going to use this one, this point, and this point, for example, so still you have 1, 2, 3, and then we have here 1. So, 3 over 1, or since again this leans on the left, so that's why you have here negative. Still, you have negative 3 as your slope. Okay? Even if you're going to use these 2 points, so this one and this one, okay? So, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, your run will be 1, 2. So, 6 divided by 2 is 3. But again, since our line looks like that, so you will have here the slope again, which is negative 3. Okay? Next, so I have here 3 lines in a graph. Okay? So, let us have first the slope of the black line. Okay? So, you are going to look for the exact point in the Cartesian plane. For example, we have here this one, and we have here this one. So, exactly on the Cartesian plane. So, our rise will be 1, 2, 3. Our run will be 1. Since it leans to the right or increases from left to right, so you have here positive. So, we have here the slope of the black line is 3. Okay? Next, let us have the red line. Okay? So, our red line also increases from left to right. So, the slope of this should be positive. So, for example, you have here the point and you have here the other point. So, you have to count the rise. We have 1, 2. And then the run will be 1, 2. So, we have, yes, the slope of the red line is 1. And then the blue line. Okay? So, it is a line that increases or decreases from left to right. So, we have here to find for the exact point. So, we have here 1 and we have here 1. So, we have here 1 as our rise and our run will be 1, 2. Okay? But again, since our line decreases from left to right, so our slope here will be negative. So, negative 1/2 is the slope of the blue line. Okay? Next, how about the orange line? Okay? Okay, so it seems that you remember the video, correct? The slope of the orange line is 0. Okay, so just like what the slope did said, we have 0 fun here. Okay, so that's why the slope of the orange line is 0. While our green line, okay, since it is vertical, so yes, wow, you have remembered undefined. Okay, so is there any question? Okay, how about if you are given this? Okay, again, you have to count the rise over run. Right? Rise, 1, 2, 3. Over run will be 1, 2, 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. Since it leans on the right, so it is positive slope. Okay? How about this one? Okay, so it seems a long line, but still you can count this on. So, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is our rise over our run will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have 8 over 4. So, we have the slope is positive 2. Okay, next, let's have this one. Okay, so we are given 3 points. But as I have said earlier, you can use just only 2 points. So, for example, I have here point 1, then point 2, and point 3. So, let us use first points 1 and 2. Okay? So, using points 1 and 2, our rise over run will be, so we have rise 1, 2, over our run will be 1, 2, 3. Okay? But since the line decreases from left to right, so we have here negative sign. So our slope is negative 2/3. Okay? If you are going to use points 2 and 3, so we have here 1, 2 as our rise, and our run will be 1, 2, 3. So still we have negative 2/3. And if you are going to use points 1 and 3, you will have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And if you are going to reduce 4 over 6 to lowest term, it is also equivalent or equal to 2/3. And still, we have here negative because the line, again, decreases from left to right. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So, next we have, to count again the rise over run, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2. So, our slope here is correct, positive 2. Next, we have, okay, count the number of rise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1, 2. So, what do you think is the slope? Is it positive 3? No, you have negative 3. Again, remember that if the tilt of the line looks like this, the sign of your slope is negative. Okay, so again, negative 3. Next, we have the rise will be 1, 2, 3, 4 over the run will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 divided by 4, your slope is, yes, positive 1. Correct. Okay? So, remember again that change in y over the change in x is the formula for finding the slope of a line. Okay? So, that's all for this day. Thank you.